you know what? Controversial month is back again, baby. It is back again. Better and bigger than ever. That is right. If you're wondering, why am I playing with a belt? Why am I playing with a belt? Doing a lot of this old school 1960s whipping with the belt. If you're wondering on why am I doing that? Why am I doing that? Well, I'll give you a reason. We're going to talk about a movie trailer. A movie trailer that just came out. If you're wondering what movie trailer came out last month, you may ask. It's based on the Joe Jackson movie. Yeah, that is right. The Joe Jackson movie, which is a documentary or biography based on Joe Jackson. The life of Joe Jackson when he was the manager of the Jackson 5. That is the thing, man. The Jackson 5 is the thing, guys. So, you guys may ask me, what does the belt have to do with Jackson 5? Why does it have to do with Jackson 5? Good question, guys. The thing is the fact that Joe Jackson growing up, or not just growing up, but more like with the kids. The kids growing up were never able to play outside. They were not allowed to play outside. They were not allowed to play on the playgrounds. They're not allowed to be kids. All they were ever been used for is just objects to make money. They were used as objects to make money. And how? How did they make money? By dancing, of course, but also singing the songs that the manager gave out and just go to rehearsal, which usually during breakfast time, it's just eat breakfast and then do rehearsal stuff before school. And then train before you get out there and perform in front of a whole entire crowd. Does it sound controversial? Yes. Is it controversial now? It's double controversial. It's double nowadays. It is very double. Double or triple controversial, you may ask. Oh yeah, it is triple controversial. If you're wondering, why is it triple the controversy? Well, if you look at Hollywood in the modern day, they have strict child labor schedules on when a child should work and all that. Work and make money. Like back in the older days, with child labor laws and all that, if we're going by the Sprout kids and all that, who spent most of their childhood just working, those guys, those two men right there, they had to work a lot longer than what the child actors of today's world ended up working for. And that is the thing, because of the fact that a lot of child actors or actresses are all being made fun of in front of a huge class of people, because of the fact that a lot of the people in that class have more freedom. But what these guys don't realize when they get older is the fact that these people who are getting made fun of are making more money. They're making even more money than what they even realize. But back when we were kids, or let's say for all of us, when we're all children and all that, when we're all children, we don't think about money that much. We think about the fun stuff, not the money stuff, or survival or anything like that. Because in a child's mind, parents are your magical food makers. The magical food makers. And that's what a child will always call their parents as. The magical food makers that will buy food. Or let's say the adults are just the magical food makers or anything like that. Or how would we call it when we were kids? When we don't really realize the reality behind it. Yeah. Because when you're children, you don't know better. You don't know anything better or anything like that. You're just looking for things to have fun about. That's all it is. You're trying to have that play side of you. That is the thing of being a child, of course. The Jackson 5 family never have that opportunity. The boys never have that opportunity at all. They always have to perform and all that. Like, according to one of the members of the Jackson 5, if you don't know which member, it's Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson said that the best part about his childhood is performing on stage because he doesn't have to fear about getting whipped with the belt. Yeah, getting whipped with the belt. Why on earth would he doesn't have to be feared about getting whipped with the belt, you may ask? Well, one thing, it would never look good on television. It would never look good on award ceremony television. Because let's all face it, just imagine someone or anyone having their concerts on live or national TV running around with a belt just to whack their child on public national television. Just imagine how embarrassing or outrageous would that be. It would definitely be the most outrageous thing in the world, man. It would be one of the most outrageous thing in the world. And that was a norm, and using the belt to punish children or discipline the children and all that were normal in mostly the 1900s. It is normal. And yes, the belt itself is controversial as soon as we made our way into the 2000s. It is controversial and it is considered child abuse in the modern day. It got the labeling in the mark as child abuse. That's all it is, basically, guys. It's just because of the fact that throughout history and all that, using the razor strap or the belt to spank the child if they don't do a good job or anything were kind of normal. But nowadays, what I see now, the parents that are really good try to bring a little bit that rough, but also take a gentler approach on taking care of the child. And that's how I seen a lot of those parents take on any child or anything like that. That is the thing. But back then, it's the belt. If the child gets in trouble or anything like that, they'll take away, like, gaming privileges or phone privileges or internet privileges. Or time with their friends. Well, time with their friends used to be normal back in like the 2000s and the 2010s. But in the 2020s, it's just privileges with their gaming, phones, and internet, and all electronic devices. That's all it is. Since not many children are very social or don't want to be around people as much. That is the thing. And that's what most kids are nowadays. They would rather stay at home and play on electronics because of the fact that these electronic devices have more features and more options than the typical toys, the sporting equipment, or anything like that. That is the thing, guys. Yeah, that is the thing. And they don't go that. They don't go that to a child when a child is being naughty or misbehaving. They're like, come here, Timmy. Where? Why did he do it? Who harmed you? And why did he do it? And how did you... Why did you do it? And how can you improve upon it? Please, Timmy, just let me know. Please, please, I tell you, Timmy. I want you to do better. But I'm gonna be gentle about it, okay, Timmy? I don't want you to be one of those rougher kids. I don't want you beating a child up. I'll give you a treat if you behave and be nice to everybody. That is the thing, man. Well, back in like the 1900s, they think that will solve problems. The whole... Man, oh man. I'm getting used to this whole Indiana Jones whipping style, but with a belt. But, yeah. We're basically looking back at 1900 stuff, basically. And the Jackson 5 itself, with one of the members, Michael Jackson, he did say that he was abused as a child. He did say that he was abused as a child. And Joe Jackson tried to lie on national television as much as possible just to really hide from the controversy behind what happened in the 1960s. 60s/70s or whatever. That's what he's trying to do, is hide. Just hide from what was common back then. Well, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on this, guys? What are your thoughts on this? It's like the fact that this is a big part of history, guys. This is a big part of history that most people would find it the most controversial thing in the world. The most controversial thing. Joe Jackson, his logo, which I'll get to the logo in the trailer too. I will get to that logo too. But the thing is the fact that those kids from the Jackson 5 barely have a childhood. They barely have any childhood. And the time when one of the kids became big by himself, the one that became big was Michael Jackson himself. And what he did when he made a lot more money and all that is to build his own playground. Or when he's at a children's birthday party and all that, he would go play with the children and try to act more like a child himself. Like a little child just basically having fun with other children. And that's how Michael Jackson acts around children. And try to be that fun, father-like figure around both his children and other children in general. And I say that that's one of the most beautiful things to do. I know he got himself into trouble in 2009. I know that for a fact, but the truth is, before all that, he has his own playground. He did have his own chimpanzee. And just try to recapture all the things he missed out when he was a child and bring that inner child into the modern day. Like, a lot of the negative stuff that we've seen, like, with most people that have very negative childhoods, it is kind of rare to see people turn the negative into a positive. It is kind of rare in the modern day because we've seen a lot of people with negative childhoods become more and more aggressive. Like Joseph Stalin, for example. Yeah, definitely Stalin. But Michael Jackson himself turned it into a positivity by doing the things that he missed out and just give it to a lot of the children as possible. But at the end of that Joe Jackson trailer, it shows both the title and the let's all face it, guys. Let's all face it. The belt. The belt. The belt itself. The magical discipliner. That is the thing, guys. That is the thing throughout the whole entire trailer itself. Yeah. And that's kind of controversial to show off on modern day television too. But it's like some Hollywood company decided, let's go bring the belt back but just basically make a logo around it. Like, looking at the trailer, you can see that Joe Jackson is trying to chase all of his kids with the belt when the kids got out of the car. After they asked their father if they could play with the other kids or play outside. Yeah. Or the kids saying they're tired of dancing and they want a break and all that. And the dad will start whipping out the belt and just whack like crazy. And yeah, Joe Jackson did have relationship problems with his wife. He did have relationship problems with his own wife. Just because of the fact that he was too aggressive and drunk all the time. That is the thing. He was totally drunk all the time. And that is the thing. He got too drunk to the point where he wrecked the whole entire kitchen by himself. Oh yeah, he did. And his wife was going to take the boys away from Joe. And Joe's like, you're not taking my boys. And why he will say that? Because he knows that his boys will help him make money. And that's what Joe Jackson is all about. Money. And is that controversial now? Money will help you buy stuff. And having your mindset focused on money, you could say, yes, that is controversial. But also, it's understandable too, but you don't use your children as objects to make money. And that's what Joe Jackson is known for. That is right. We live in a society where we have a lot of people that focuses on money or try to rip money out of people's wallets on purpose. On purpose, just to, let's all face it. Let's all face it. To get richer. To just get richer and make services more and more expensive. And we have greed-based tactics all over our entertainment industry. We do. We totally do in the modern day. And it's kind of sad, but it's a sad truth behind it, guys. It is such a sad truth behind it. And it'll make parenting kind of sad too. Oh yeah, definitely sad. But either or, thank you for watching. Take care, and I'll see you later. Bye.